I'm your host, Tank, and this is my co-host,
Skinless Turtle.
and this is the Millennial Podcast. So, dude, have you heard about the medical marijuana bill getting passed?
Yes, I have.
Okay, what have you heard about it?
Dude, I've heard numerous different things. I've heard about how places aren't allowing their employees to smoke. I heard where counties itself are not allowing their residents to be a part of the program. I've heard how it's going to be, there's programs for veterans, all that stuff.
Yeah, I heard back in September 8th, Kucinich passed the bill. So he passed it through, but then we got this person, Lisa Campbell. She's the administrator. She's like, you guys can't smoke in Plain Township, period.
So it's Plain Township.
It's Plain Township. And what's happening in Plain Township is the government's allowing Ohio to decide how they're going to enforce this medical marijuana law. And what they're incorporating is they're incorporating a no-tolerance policy to where you could have like a light policy, you could have a policy to where there's no chances at all. Like I could say I took a drug test right now, fired instantly. And that's across the whole board. That's not just in Plain Township. That's going to be all of Ohio. They're going to be able to decide how they regulate what's going to happen.
Okay. Now, so city to city wise, basically, or township to township, county to county, however it may be, the state is allowing the local government or companies and themselves to decide how they want to handle it. It's
Correct.
just it will be, from my understanding, only medical right now.
Yes.
In Ohio.
Yes, it's only going to be medical. There's not going to be recreational. Like, I think it's upwards of 25 states have recreational now, or is it
because I heard we're the 25th state.
Yeah.
Overall, to legalize marijuana.
Yeah, in a sense where, and the way I feel about it is because I wrote also down that they're allowing you to take a pill that will impair you.
Okay, yeah, see, where, from my understanding and what I've found, it's not going to be smoking. It's all edible or ingestible, just not, you cannot smoke. You can't go buy an eighth of weed from a local
so it's
dealer.
it's not even going to be weed then. It's going to be like,
it's all,
you're just dropping shit on, dropping shit on your tongue and just fucking,
it's all concentrates.
Okay, I hate edibles. To be honest with you, like, anytime I've ever had an edible, like, I'm eating it, and I'm like, I'm feeling cheesy, but then I'm like, oh, man.
Stomach. It always gets your stomach. Yeah, I mean, but obviously, dude, how many times have we had medical grade quality edibles?
Never, because I've never actually went to a dispensary, and a dude handed me a bag, like, here you go, bro. I'd be like, run home, looking around, dude. But then it's like, at that point, it's not even like that. Like, people have this indication of people smoking weed as if you're doing heroin or cocaine.
The gateway drug.
It's like,
I disagree. I've seen numerous people smoke weed and not go out and stick a fucking needle in their arm.
Right, exactly.
It's your choice to venture out and do other stuff. I mean, I'm not saying it's okay to smoke weed because, if you don't want to smoke weed, you don't want to smoke weed. If you want to smoke weed, you can smoke weed. I
worked at a gas station at one point in time, and someone came in and they were like, hey man, you ever seen a green card? And I'm like, what's a green card? And I had no idea what it was. And he was
you're
like,
thinking like, dude, where are you from?
Right, like he's from a different country. And he hands it to me and he's like, look, dude. He's like, you'll never see one of these. He's like, this is a federal state California green card. He's like, I can get caught smoking and this is state regulated. It was the only person I've ever seen that he must have had like this much like craziness going on in his head. He must have had like PTSD, like something crazy going on because he was able to smoke weed under federal law. So if they busted him, I'm like, the way he said it is, oh, dude, I can be smoking a joint in my car, and like they pull me over, and I'm like, and he's like, and I'm like, no. So the way it's got to be, if they raided his house, say I called the cops, I'm like, hey, this guy's selling weed. They come in. He's just sitting there smoking a joint. That's it. He flashes his federal green card. They're like, there you go. I'm sure there's a lot of paperwork involved.
Well, yeah, I mean...
Stuff like that.
With that, you're not, like, it's to where, you know, he can... Whether, you know, he's bullshitting you or not.
Yeah, exactly. That too.
You know, it's very possible to say, oh, yeah, I can smoke anywhere, you know, blah, blah. But, still at the same time, it's not like, oh, hey, look, yeah, I can get medical marijuana. Okay, dispensary, give me 10 pounds of everything.
Oh, yeah, no.
Then turn around and go and quadruple your money on the side. Like, they're going to be like, oh, you got a green card? Get your ass on the ground. You know?
Right. And that's another thing, is with them, they're going to be opening up dispensaries in Ohio, which is going to open up a bunch of jobs. They're going to be actually growing it in Ohio, which
I heard how it's working is even though they signed it, you said they signed it September 8th.
Yeah, September 8th. That's when the notes say.
It goes.
I don't know who wrote it.
The bill actually itself, from the sources I've read on, you know, news channels, everything, because, you know, obviously, you know, I'm young, I'm a millennial, you know...
Millennial Podcast.
It's...
Ding.
Ding.
Yes.
You know, so obviously, yes, I'm going to look into it. So they signed it earlier in the year, not sure the exact date, June, July, sometime around there. The bill itself goes into effect September 8th. So starting September 8th...
Did I say it got signed September 8th?
Yeah, you said it got signed September 8th.
Okay, well, it got signed June.
So mid-June, I believe, it got signed and passed by the House and all that. So September 8th is whenever it actually goes into effect. But what I heard, you know, like you said, they're going to be opening up dispensaries and everything. Well, the government, you know, is regulating it. They got it under wraps. So
yes, definitely.
You know, you still, even though it's going to be legal, we have to wait for it to be grown.
Oh yeah.
We got to wait for the cultivation plants to be set up.
It's like I don't even know if they found the soil for it. You know, they got to pick the land. I'm assuming something like this will be grown in like Michigan or something.
See,
a lot of land.
It also strictly states in there, carrying, you know, marijuana across state lines, that is still illegal.
Oh yeah, you can't go to Denver and come back, no matter if you have a green card or not.
So even though, hey, Michigan, we're your little brother under you, dragging on your coattails, like.
Yeah.
I'm gonna come up there and I'm legal in Ohio. You're not legal in that state, and as soon as you cross the line, I just don't
see where like it would have to be in these country parts like Canton, Lodi, Worcester. Like
I've heard they was building a plant in Parma, and I heard actually out in a
plant in Parma. Like
yes, a plant.
Where the hell are they gonna?
But that's what I said. I was like, you know, granted, there's a lot of bullshit out there.
Oh yeah.
So whether that's true, which I'm not going off anything till it happens because I don't know. You know, government's a government. They're gonna have the rich investors investing, and it's gonna be all hush hush. Don't say nothing. But I did hear on the news back whenever this is all popular, and we first had the movement to legalize marijuana here for recreational and medical use last year, and it got shot down by a different issue that basically halted it all in all because of the language. But I heard Alliance, 10 miles away, is going to have one of the biggest ones.
Okay.
Going. So I don't know how it's gonna work. Like, yeah, September 8th, let's go open up a dispensary. Oh, hey, look, here's my card. Let me get some chronic. Well,
right.
Sorry, sir, I can't help you. Why not? Because I gotta wait for so and so. Like, why not? You use what the police sees in their drug bust.
Oh yeah.
Test it, make sure everything's all clean.
Well, the government already has all this weed. Like
that's what I'm saying.
Like the government's everywhere. Is it like, all right, Ohio, we're not going to send your scientists anything, and you guys aren't going to be able to figure out nothing about weed. And it's like they should have just weed on deck at the science station. So like, and just safes full of weed that they've tested, different strains. They could take that and make the pills and the cookies and the brownies and the candies and the...
Yeah, it says, it says right in the bill, it's not... You're not going to be allowed to grow at home. It's not going to be okay even if you're allowed to have the medical card. You cannot grow it for yourself. It's still going to be illegal for that.
So that's what's going to keep the drug dealers on the road.
Yes.
That's what's going to keep the drug dealers in business. That's what's going to keep the petty panhandlers. They're just going to be able to get it easier now.
Which I get it. From what I've heard from people that's been out west to Colorado and Oregon and stuff like that, where it is legal for people like me and you just to do it.
Yeah.
I've heard that it draws in a lot of crowds where you got them people like the panhandlers and the people trying to just sleep on the street and smoke weed and do nothing with their life. Like I've been, if you're gonna smoke weed and act like you're dumb.
Yeah.
I don't want you around me.
No.
Like if you can smoke weed and you can hold an intelligent conversation with me, so be it. You smoke weed if it's not,
right.
That's obviously everyone knows that whole misconception of if you smoke weed, all you gotta do is sit on a couch.
Right.
I'm hungry. No, hell no. Get out of here.
Right, because exactly. There's hard-working people out there.
Guarantee you walk through the store on a Saturday evening and you start looking at people, 3/4 of them people are probably stoned these days. Because whenever the whole legalization movement started, dude, all the people from the 60s started smoking again. The parents started smoking. We have TV shows. I mean, look at Weeds. I know it's been off the air for, a few years now. Well, look, a few years ago, they had a TV show based on it. And I don't know if you've ever watched it.
I've watched a couple episodes of it. I actually seen an episode where he was in a sandwich shop, and, he stuffs it in there, and he's like, let me get a turkey club, and he hands it to him. He's like, that'll be $60. And he was like, $60 for a $5 sandwich? And he was like, oh, shit, wrong club. And he goes to hand him another one, and it was just big spew. So they were actually, dealing out of their, I don't know if it was, a later season, or what happened on there. They're actually dealing out of the sandwich shop.
I watch them. I'm that type of person. I'll get into something, and if it's not Gold Rush, I love Gold Rush.
Okay,
ain't no secret.
Gold
Rush is the shit. If you ever get a chance, go watch it.
That's a plug for Gold Rush.
Yeah. Ding. But I hope I don't get copyrighted if I do. Sorry. But
don't sue.
Yeah, please. I'm broke anyway. Shit.
Right.
That's what I'm talking on camera. But but if you watch the seasons or show or whatever, you can look at it, and anyone that knows about or has smoked weed, has went and bought weed, maybe helped a friend out and got weed for him, whatever. They know, you watch that show and you'd be like, God damn, that's accurate. This producer was a stoner in his early years. So it's nothing new these days.
And I feel like that's with a lot of shows. You could tell the producer lived that era, because Star Trek, I swear the producer of Star Trek knew what was going on. No, I'm just kidding. I'm getting off track with that.
No, I'm gonna get a lot of people upset with this. I am not a comic guy. DC, Marvel, whatever other ones are.
So I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm a movie guy. I only know of comics because when I was younger, I hung out at a comic book store. I've never read a comic in my entire life, but I know because that's what I'm about. I'm about stories. I like listening to stories. I like telling stories.
See, those stories, I was a kid. I was like, ain't no way. There's no way.
It was like novels sometimes. It was like reading a book.
I was that kid that was outside getting dirty, rolling in mud, cut myself open in and out of the hospital and stuff like that.
Right.
That wasn't, which cool. I can sit here and be completely confused, but listen to you tell the story about how Spider-Man kicked some big dude's ass. I'm gonna be like, okay,
right, because it's an interesting story to be told. The most credible story on the internet, Superman versus the Hulk, or Superman versus Goku. Yeah. They're fictional stories. So matter, Mark brings up the point of them fighting is only whoever writes it. It's not canny at all. It doesn't matter. That shit's stupid to him. So, but to me, that's awesome. I would love to see that story told, because the videos I watch are, the Hulk is 7'6" and he can strength up like this and he crushed the worlds and shit, and they tell a story and then they go out and they fight.
Yeah.
I love that shit. I don't give a fuck if the story's not true or not. Like, I don't care about this guy. Like Chuck Norris never fought Steven Seagal. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, if somebody made that fight simulation, I'd watch that shit. Like, Steven Seagal just going around snapping people's necks and shit, and Chuck Norris just taking it like a beast.
Hey, like Rocky. Remember,
right.
The newest one that came out, I forget the title. Excuse me, I'm not into pop culture and movies, all that stuff. I don't follow it, but new Rocky, it might be called Rocky, whatever. Like,
the one where it's Balboa or Creed. You're talking about Creed, where it's
not the one where he's training. It's the last one where he fights the younger guy. That's
the one where his wife's name was the restaurant that he was working in.
Yeah, and he fights the young dude because of all the simulations.
Oh yeah, all the boxing simulations. Yeah, I knew that was the last one. The new one's coming out. It's called Creed. It's got Rocky in, and he's training Apollo Creed's son. So,
which guaranteed Creed wins.
I bet he does. I bet he loses the first one and comes back and wins the second one.
You've watched
and they
it.
make like 5 movies. I have not watched it. And they make like 5 more movies.
Yeah, keep Rocky going. I mean, hey, you gotta stay rich somehow. But yeah, so everyone's smoking.
Oh yeah, everyone's smoking.
I knew a principal that he got down. I've known cops at that party.
Yeah. I knew a cop,
business owner. Yeah, like the one business I used to work for. Like the guy would bring it in. I know a buddy that works roofing. Like his boss would go to him to get whatever he wanted and stuff like that. So, it's not just the low life people out there getting stoned and everything like that.
But with the regulation of it, that's pretty much what it's going to become, because they're the way they're regulating it, it seems almost like they don't want you to work. So allowing you to take a prescription drug that would impair you for upwards of 12 hours. Like, say you took this new prescription drug and you didn't take it on your day off because you didn't have time, so you took it on the day before on work time, and you're drowsy as hell, and you're running a forklift and you fucking topple the forklift and hurt yourself. They drug test you. Oh, you just had a prescription drug. That's all right. You do the exact same thing. Say you were smoking and you got fucking blasted, and you're running the forklift and you topple it and you get injured and you take a drug test and it's weed. Oh, you're fired. You're fucking fired right now.
It's pretty much still like that right now for everyone. Like,
you
got drug tests, you got hurt. I mean, even places that don't drug test, like say you hurt yourself.
Well, yeah, that's a workman's comp thing too.
But you still not get.
But say even if you didn't get hurt, and they were just like, "Well, what'd you do?" And like they assumed that you were impaired, and they went with a random drug test now. And it was a prescription pill, and you just got off on it, even if you didn't get hurt. And you're not
still like. How is it fair? I mean,
it's not.
It's the same. I mean, it's different, but it's the same thing.
But with the weed, I wouldn't see you topple the forklift. Like, when you smoke, you know what you're getting into. It tells you right there on the label, this is for back pain, and that's all it targets. There is no side effects of it. There is no you might be drowsy like this, like you're tired, but you can function on a daily basis like that.
Yeah.
On the pills, you don't know what you're getting into. There's certain pills that have internal bleeding.
Dude, I know. You don't know what you're getting with it. Because I know from looking into it and stuff, they can extract just certain compounds that's in marijuana to treat different stuff, different types of seizures.
They have different kinds that don't even get you high.
Yeah.
They have extractions for seizures and stuff that don't actually do anything to you but fix your seizure.
Yeah, like I see it on the news and on social media, because the only thing I look at is Facebook whenever I'm bored. That, and I just got into playing poker too, but that's besides the point.
I thought you were going to say Pokemon Go for a minute, to be honest with you. He was like, I just got into playing Pokemon Go.
No, I'm not a Pokemon Go. No Pokemon. So, sorry for all you fans. This guy's into it. He's always talking about
growling. I'm playing the fuck out of Pokemon Go right now.
Yeah, not me. I'm gonna try it. I ain't gonna lie, I tried it. And I was like, yeah, I'm not taking my ass driving around wasting all this gas.
Right? It is a haul, man.
Even though I've accomplished at 24 years old, I still gotta deal with my accomplishments because being an adult
sucks.
Yeah,
it
sucks.
Does.
But
being a part of the millennial class sucks even more because
I get screwed on health insurance and all that stuff. But
health insurance, we get screwed. They just sent me a letter, and I don't know if they were like, "Man, this dude's old as fuck," like because I'm about to turn 30 here in a couple months. Jeez. So they sent me a Social Security letter, a Social Security letter like, if you retired right now, we'd give you $1,279 a month, and I'm like, that's fucking awesome, man.
Do you and your dad have the same name?
No.
No?
No.
You got a cousin or something?
I have an uncle that has the same name as me, but he has an L in it.
They might think it.
But he's not. He's only like 40 something. No, it did have mine. It had my initial. It was my initial, like one of my Social Security number. It was like because it's Social Security office.
Dude,
like
you might want to look into that because you are mighty young to be getting a letter like that.
Well, I think it was just like this is your estimated for when you retire.
Oh, when you retire.
When you retire.
I'm about to say, man, you might want to check into that. Someone got your Social Security number. And
some old dude has been catfishing me this whole time. He just got my social. Like, I'm going to start getting these phone calls where he's going to be like, yes, send me some money. And I'm going to be like, no. And he's going to be like, I got everything you own anyways. I'm just going to take it. And he just hangs up the phone. I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And he's like pulling out Social Security. Because, honestly, that's what sucks also about the millennial class is we're not going to have Social Security.
No.
When we're old enough to retire, we'll be lucky because there actually is talks of a completely different money transition. They thought about coins. They realized how ridiculous that would be. Could you imagine having $100? Like your paycheck's $500 and everything's in coins, and you're walking around like a fucking pirate with a sash. You're just flipping a coin on the table, and they're like, "Oh, thank you, sir. You're so generous." And you're like, "Yeah, I can bring some more biscuits." And they thought about credit cards. They thought about chips. I've heard
about the whole chip idea, like being embedded, and like you go, like your money's on there, like everything about you is there, like whatever, like you go scan a chip. Try and stick a chip in me. You're gonna get a stoner to fight. Okay?
People have been for this though. People have already had the chip. There's actually a Super Bowl commercial, and I know you don't know who this is, but the actor Leonard Nimoy. He's walking through a store, and he's grabbing these chips. And he grabs a pop, and he grabs a candy bar, and he grabs...
We're discussing medical marijuana in Ohio. You know, it goes into effect September 8th.
There was a rumor that you could go to the doctor and say, oh, I got a headache, and he would give you prescription marijuana when it first came around in Denver. And it was like, to get a green card, all you have to do is go to the doctor and tell him some kind of illness. You'd have to find the doctor that would give you the green card and pack right off on it. But honestly, that's just basically like a green card, honestly, is just them writing a prescription for you. And you being able to go to a dispensary and hand them your prescription. And there's actually places, I think it's in Orlando, where they deliver.
Well, you know, everything else that helps is great. You know, my mom's had seizures my whole life. So, you know, it maybe if getting some type of shit like this back in the day would have lessen the severity or lessen the number and all that stuff, you know. So like that is excellent because I've seen videos where all they do is take, you know, like a deodorant gel stick, what it looks like, but obviously it's infused with his medicine.
Yeah.
Rub it on his foot, and almost instantaneously the guy or kid with the disorder quit having seizures. You know, you see it on TV going across because trying to get legal. You see those cases of the little girl that moved, like her family moved from Ohio to Colorado to get her treatment because whenever they went there, visited there, you know, they tested it and it went from having, I think it was hundreds of seizures or something along that lines to having none a day, being able to play like a normal kid, I guess. If they have a seizure and, you know, instead of shoving a pillow down their throat that's going to kill their liver, you know, I know there's tests and they're doing more tests now that marijuana is becoming legal everywhere, not only in Ohio but everywhere. You know, it's soon enough that it's going to be legal in the United States in some form. I feel strongly about that, but, you know, if marijuana isn't doing that, and it's doing as good or better of a job treating something rather than giving them 10 pills to treat two symptoms. If you can give them marijuana to treat two things, that's one thing. Whether, like I said, I'm testing and what it actually, the bad aspects of smoking or ingesting marijuana or the compounds that it creates, in the long run, we might find all along that it's been better, and they've been telling us it's the worst thing in the world.
Oh yeah, they have. They categorize it up there with cocaine.
Yeah, it's
on the scale.
Under federal law. I don't know if it's been changed, but I know it used to be under the tier 1 category, which is right up there. Heroin was a tier 2 or 3 or something like that, from what I've seen, which, I mean, now they're finding out, Jesus Christ, I mean, people going and stealing elephant stuff for that. Like,
yeah.
That's
that's obviously a topic, like, that's a huge topic.
We're going to be talking about that.
Yeah, the heroin epidemic will be coming. Not in this episode, that's too much, but I will make a small point on the heroin thing. These are from people from prescription drugs. These are people that were addicted to Vicodin. These are people that were addicted to Adderall, Percocets. These are people that were addicted to painkillers, and they can't get those anymore. They took off the market. There was a certain drug in the painkillers that they took off, or they just made it harder for them to get it.
More regulated. Opiates and opioids are what they are, I believe. But I know plenty of people,
Right. I know a guy named Boy Rob that was all about pills, and like he would stand there, and I mean his name is Boy Rob, but he'd stand there like, and you would talk to him, and he'd be like, "What's up, man?" He'd be like.
Yeah,
and like my uncle was on pills and cocaine and stuff, and he'd be like, "Yo, man, you want me to make you a cheeseburger, man? Uncle Eddie's gonna make you a cheeseburger." And like his name was Steven, so I don't know why he called himself Eddie, but he would cook you like a burger like at 3 a.m, and you're like, "The fuck, dude? I don't want none." He's just like, and he was always hyped up. He was always like,
I've seen him hype people up and drag them down.
And I mean, he's been clean for a long time now, and he's got his life together, and that's great. And so now he's just like, but he still talks that way.
Oh yeah,
he still talks like, "Yeah, man, what's up, bro? I'm just getting my stuff together, dude. I've been mowing lawn," and like it never goes away. That niche never go, and that's what pills do to you.
They take over. Literally and physically.
I mean, mainly painkillers.
And mentally too, take over. I mean, I've seen it. Close people to me, friends, lost friends to it, all of it, burnt bridges because of it.
Oh yeah.
I'm not about that life. I want nothing to do with it. So I'm cool. I'll do what I do.
Yeah, exactly.
I don't want no drama around me. I just want to, but yeah. So, but back to the marijuana. I think that they're gonna find that it's gonna do a lot of good.
It will.
And but at the same time, like you said earlier, man, the drug dealers are still gonna be there.
Oh yeah.
The crime is still gonna be there. The black market's still gonna be there for it. That aspect won't change. It's just I feel the people that truly feel that they need are gonna step forward and actually go for it and try it now. Now that if they do get it accepted into the programming. The program or programs for the medical marijuana and stuff, I feel that they will actually go for it if they feel that they can and do it safely now.
Yeah. Oh yeah. And I feel like this opens up. This is just the starting point, because recreational use to me is more of trying to clean up the streets, trying to get the drug dealers out of business. Because
which it might be a step. They might try it out and see how it goes. First off, with with how the whole system is going to work with it, from the cultivation and producing it to the making and breaking down and testing and all that stuff. I think Ohio just wants to be more tight on it, so that way we don't end up like Colorado. Like I've heard, I haven't been there, but certain areas where it's very popular for it to be grown and stuff. Just masses of people coming and like just pitching tents or sleeping on the side of the road because they just want to come there because they can smoke weed legally and not have to worry about nothing. And that's what I've heard directly from people that actually have been there. I got a buddy that goes up to Oregon all the time because he has family that's into it up there.
Okay.
So that's what he's told me. Whether it be true or not, I don't know. He's a good dude. Never lied to me before, so I have full reason to believe him. But still, so,
I actually heard Amsterdam changed it to where if you're not a local, like you don't live there, you're not allowed to smoke weed there.
Yeah, no, that was true a few years ago.
Yeah.
And everyone still thinks you can go there.
Yeah, everybody thinks you can go to Amsterdam and just get baked, but you actually have to prove that you're a resident of, because there was so much tourism.
Yeah, on a different note, their prostitution is the most
still going strong.
is the most regulated legal prostitution thing out of everywhere that does it. I mean, there's multiple.
Even bigger than Vegas?
Yes.
Damn.
More regulated and cleaner too.
Wow.
Yeah. I mean, I read an article online about it.
Yeah.
I thought it was pretty.
Any trips to Amsterdam lately?
It's a different story. My woman's gonna be watching this. But yeah, no. So I just read an article. It intrigued me. You brought up Amsterdam, so I figured I'd throw that in there for people that's traveling. You know, bachelor parties, get married next year. Just saying. But anyway, back to the
medical marijuana, or do you want to talk about our other topic? I think we've covered a lot on the weed part.
I mean, yeah.
We could talk about the shooting in Canton that happened this week.
The woman on the highway?
Yeah, the woman on the highway.
Okay.
On I-77. It says 13th Street Northwest, and it was on Wednesday morning at 3:43 a.m., August 24th. And so we're in what, the 30th now?
30th, 31st.
Okay, so it happened 5 or 6 days ago. Okay, and that's actually the way I go to work. That's actually the way I took to work every day. Now, granted,
I used to go too the same way.
Yeah, now granted, I wouldn't be on the road at 3:43 in the morning, but this lady, she got
clocked in working.
Right, it was clocked in work by then. Not anymore.
Yeah.
But she got shot in the hand, and the back of her head got grazed. And so she shows up at this lady's house that is like, oh man, I knew she was in shock because she was like, I'm cold. So she took her to the hospital. Okay. Now, she talked to News Channel 5 and told them that this happened earlier in the morning to her friend. So, and the cops are saying this isn't a random act of violence. This is something they were going after her. Yeah, premeditated. But why would they go after somebody else? Imagine if I was on the road at 2 in the morning going to work and I was getting shot at.
Did the woman that got shot on the highway know the woman she went to? Or was it just like, just a random woman? Because like, if it's like, oh, my
I'm
friend
going to assume she knew the woman she went to, because why would she just, I mean, she could have went to her, if she's in shock, she would probably just went to open a random house. They didn't say, they just said when she opened the door, so I'm assuming that this was a random woman.
Oh, okay.
They didn't say it was her friend or anything like that. They just said, as she opened the door, she seen the victim, and she knew the victim was in shock because she was like, I'm cold, and she seen that she was shot. She was shot in the hand, and it grazed the back of her head. Through the van. Like, they were following her on the highway, and they shot at her, so... Yeah, and it happened right by 13th Street, so that would have to be at an exit. So she probably got off the exit, stopped at a house over there.
You know what's funny? Okay, 13th Street, right where it happened. We're from around this area, by the way, where the shooting occurred. 13th Street is right at Mercy Medical Center.
Okay, yeah, right there by the Fulton, past the Fulton exit?
Right, the next exit past the Fulton and 62 exit.
Okay.
Right past the Pro Football Hall of Fame, Canton, Ohio, you know.
So right there before West
Hall of Fame.
Right there before Tuscarawas Road exit.
Yeah,
okay.
That exit right before is 13th Street. You know as well as I do, there's a huge hospital. You cannot miss that hospital.
Yeah, you can.
Like, a woman, why? Like, did you cause a problem? Did you bring it on yourself? Like, why would you not go to the hospital and just say, I got shot on the highway, my van's on the highway, I got shot on the highway? I don't understand, because to my knowledge, there's not any houses close to there. Oh, I lied, I'm sorry, there is.
Okay.
Okay, I just remembered right off the highway, you got some little Mercy.
It said she actually fled on foot.
Yeah,
so like, her running on foot, if you're running on foot and you're getting off the highway, like, would she jump the barricade right there?
I watched the video where it happened.
Okay.
Okay, like say she's in the middle lane.
Okay.
Okay. and then she had someone come up in the slow lane, as we know, the slow lane, the far right lane.
Yeah.
Come up. I guess what happened is they shot into the van and then showed the car get off the highway and the van stopped even to the exit. So.
So was the van the shooting? Like, was the van shooting at the car?
No, the van was the one that got shot.
Oh, the van was the one that got shot.
Okay, and they said it was a car, blah, blah, blah.
Okay.
Well, I guess, my only guess is, like, why wouldn't you just go to the hospital?
Right.
And then,
exactly.
Like, I know me,
run to the hospital,
like, I might be in shock.
In the hand, like,
I might be in shock, I might be screaming or crying. Who knows? I've never been shot. I mean, been shot with a BB gun. If it was a BB gun.
I think I've ever been shot.
But, I mean, been shot with a BB gun.
Yeah, I don't think I've ever been shot with a BB gun.
And a slingshot, but I know if I got shot, I know it hurt. You know, so, but I don't know how to react. I know for damn sure, my ass is going to the big ass hospital I see.
Right, the big ass building sitting there.
That is all lit up. Big letters. I'm not going to get out of my car or my vehicle for one. I'm going to drive myself and get there because I know if I'm still conscious and know what I'm doing, you know, obviously, like, if you're unconscious or whatever, I can understand that. But,
oh, yeah.
You know, she did get grazed in the back of the head.
Yeah.
But I myself personally just don't understand why you would not go to Mercy Medical Hospital. Hospital.
I mean, maybe it was her friend. It doesn't say it was her friend, but maybe she, in the heat of the moment, she was like, you know what, I'm gonna run over here. This block is like 15 blocks that way. The hospital's right here. Like, she sees the hospital, she's like, starts running the other way. Like,
I mean, that's what had to have happened.
It had to have been.
Why would you not?
And maybe the lady that said it happened to her friend earlier in the day was telling News Channel 5 that it happened to her earlier in the day. Maybe because the recording was later on in the day. Maybe it did happen twice. Maybe it was what the police are saying. Like, it was something, drug deal went wrong. Because Canton is all about the drugs. Like, Canton is full. And that area is where there's high volume of different things going on there. There's people standing outside with signs, like, give me food. People stand outside in front of no hiring signs, like, just standing there, like, need help. And it's like, dude, just put a fucking application in. And, like, I feel like Canton is 90% people just standing out there to get money, and 10% actually homeless people. Like, we don't have as much homeless people as, like,
you drive and you see now, like, before, a few years ago, you never seen these assholes sitting on the side of the road asking for money. Right. You know,
Cleveland
now it's like every corner you go to, like, I'm surprised there wasn't a homeless person at the shooting.
Yeah, there probably was.
That's what I'm saying. Like,
there's probably a recording out there of this dude, like,
we're forgetting these homeless people we see asking for money on the side of the road. Yeah. Probably live in a better place than we do, drive better cars than we do. Because I know for damn sure they're wearing better clothes and shoes than I do.
Yeah, they are. You know? Sitting there listening to their Walkman, grabbing money in their iPod or whatever, drinking Gatorade.
Like that old man by
Walmart. The dude that sits in his chair.
I see.
That just sits there with a sign right here, and he's like,
I seen this dude pull out a wad of cash. I'm talking a wad. My woman was there. She's sitting off screen. That's why I keep looking that way and almost gestured. But I asked her, I was like, "Did you just see that?" She's like, "Yeah, that was a lot of ones." I said, "Girl, I guarantee that's not ones. That dude's making a killing."
And even if it was ones, if he pulls out a wad of cash, that's
he's sitting back, you know, how he says it.
Yeah. Making sure nobody can see what he's got. He's trying to see if...
I had, like, the perfect angle.
And that was probably the day. That was probably the day's revenue. Yeah. Because he's sitting there, he looks homeless as shit. Like, he's sitting there helpless as hell. He's out there, and he's banging it out, man. That's how I know if they're true or not, because it'll be raining.
That's his 12-hour shift.
And people don't sit out there. If it's cold, people aren't out there. If it's too hot, people aren't out there. But if it's like if I see someone out there, it's 97 degrees, he's sitting there, and like the dude over on Market. There's a guy. It's either on Cleveland Avenue or Market, but he smokes cigarettes. He picks up buds out of the grass all the time. He looks dirty as shit. He's got short hair, and he's right by the dollar store all the time. He's always sitting by the dollar store. That guy's homeless. That guy will take a sandwich from you. Like, he's not just out there for money. He's legitimately homeless. Like, you could tell a bum from a regular person just walking out there trying to panhandle. And there was a story a few years back of a guy that would sit out there and collect money and go get in his limo and drive up to his mansion. And they finally got him and took up, and like, I mean, that's illegal. So obviously he got hit. I don't know what kind of fine he got hit with, but I'm assuming he got picked up, maybe some jail time, to where he couldn't panhandle anymore. And that's what it basically is. It's panhandling. It's loitering. It's wrong.
It's annoying.
It is annoying as fuck.
I hate it.
I do too. I mean, when I ride by, I don't even think about offering the motherfuckers nothing. Like, I'll look over and I'll read their sign. And there was actually a post on Facebook. It was a gift, and it was like, "I need," and he closes his sign and it says "weed." And like, that was the most legit dude on the street, because that's what they are. They're buying liquor. They're buying.
Oh, I've actually seen people that say, not gonna lie, I just need a beer.
Yeah.
I want to give them $2 to go get a tall boy.
Because they're honest.
Yeah.
They're honest with you. They're still out there because they need a beer.
Yeah, but I mean, regardless, either way, back to the shooting.
Yeah, back to the shooting.
I would go to the damn hospital.
Oh yeah, I would sit in the
I'm pretty
hospital.
sure y'all go to the hospital. I know I'd go to the hospital. Not saying nothing bad on her, but you should have went to the hospital, woman. You should have just went to the hospital. I mean, that's all I can say about that.
That's all I can say about that too.
I mean, it's crazy. It sucks. I feel bad for her. Whoever did it's fucked up to begin with.
Right.
But you should have went to the hospital. I don't think it's a smart decision to, if you know or you think you're in shock, like, you need medical treatment, you can die.
Yeah.
So.
Right.
Just be smart, people.
Right.
Go to the hospital.
Go to
if
the
you
hospital.
get shot,
go to the hospital or die.
Yeah, go to the hospital if you get shot on the highway.
If you get shot on a highway, go to the hospital. Don't come to my house.
No. No, I'll open the door.
Don't come knocking on the door. Like, dude, I got shot like
help me
7 miles away, and I ran all the way here. Like,
how do you run 7 miles?
What? Yeah, man, I got shot over on the highway, man. I ran all the way down here. Why'd you come to my house? Fuck, man, I was right in front of the hospital. I'm like, this dude's got RC cola. I'm running out of his house. And I'm like, dude, you're shot. And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, that don't come to my house.
Yeah.
PSA, don't come to my house.
You will die.
Are we closing up? Are we closing it up? You gonna close it up, man?
Oh,
You shut it down.
This is the host.
Tag.
I'm the co-host, Skinless Turtle. This is the Millennial Podcast.